How's it going, everyone, and welcome to a very special video of Geometry Dash. Today I am going to share with you my top 10 favorite demon levels of all time. Now, this list isn't an objective list of the top 10 demon levels of all time that I've put together from, various people's opinions. This is just my own very subjective list of levels that I really enjoyed and levels that I want to share with you guys that you might be interested in. Three things before I go into the list. First, these are only going to be demon levels. Second, these are only going to be demon levels that I've actually completed myself. There are levels that I've seen that I really enjoy watching, but I've never completed them, and so they're not going to be on the list. And the third thing is I'm not going to be including demon levels that are basically non-traditional gameplay. These are all going to be levels that play like Geometry Dash should. There's ship gameplay, there's ball gameplay, spider. So I'm not going to be including levels like Master Game, which I imagine would have been on the list. I'm not going to be including like VVVVVVV, the level that just came out. I really enjoyed that one. All right, so let's do this. My top 10 favorite demon levels of all time. Some of these are going to be old levels and you're going to disagree with them, okay? I guarantee you're going to disagree with some of these. It's okay. This is my subjective list, all right? All right, so the number 10 spot on this list is Acropolis by Zobros. I love this level. I had so much fun with it. Before I started playing Acropolis, I was so worried and I was like, oh man, there's such hard timings. I bet this is going to be such an unfun experience, and I'm not going to enjoy this, but it's a really hard level. It was really hard for me at the time, and I got to challenge myself. So let's just go ahead. Let's do Acropolis. I ended up loving this level. I loved learning all the little timings. I loved the flying part that you're seeing right here. I absolutely loved learning this, and I thought it flowed really well. It had crazy timings, and the timings all felt like really unique, like something I'd never done before. Like the first part of the level is really hard, but my God, like once it flows and once you get it, it is just so much fun to play. And the other timings as well, like these timings are so much fun. And I love it how it has this theme of like staying the same speed the entire level. Like it's a really fun level, but it's slow the entire way. It is awesome. It's like a slow level, but still like just enough stress to be fun and exciting. I absolutely love this level.
Yeah, boy, we did Acropolis. I knew it was coming. Man, it feels good to do that level. We even finished the level when we got a coin. We got a little coiny poo.
The next level is going to come as a little bit of a surprise. Now, as you know, I do really like 9 circles levels. When I do get a little bit of a stinker of a 9 circles level, I can sometimes be a little bit of a complainy pants, but I really do overall enjoy the wave, even though I'm not as good at the wave as other game modes. Although I am getting a lot better at the wave these days. My favorite old 9 circles level, my favorite 9 circles level of all time is...
Are you ready for some badassery?
Jawbreaker. I love Jawbreaker so much. It has really excellent music sync in the wave parts. And I gotta say, I mean, the beginning, you know what? I think the beginning is just challenging enough. Like, sure, it's not as easy as Fairy Dust, though. I like the beginning of Jawbreaker. It's simple, but does the trick. But the star of the show here is the 9 circles part right here. And like, I love the music sync here. Whenever you're wiggling and waving, it's like baka baka like that. And then when it goes and it goes and then it goes up like that, like the music sync is on point. I really love it in 9 circles levels also when like you're in normal gravity, but then you change into reverse gravity and you got to quickly push the button, otherwise you'll die. And Jawbreaker really tests that, and it goes really well with the music sync while it's doing that. It is so fun to play, and it flows so well once you know the level. I really love Jawbreaker. It is my favorite 9 circles level of all time, and it is my 9th on my top 10 demons of all time.
I can't believe it, but I did it! It was worth it! It was worth it for this very moment. It was worth all of the despair of...
Not all the levels on this list are old levels. As a matter of fact, once we start going up in the list, there's quite a few newer ones. But this next one, the number 8th level that I love, it's an old one. This isn't going to come as a surprise to you guys. You guys know this is going to be on this list. I talk about this level a lot. Dance Massacre by Heinz is my favorite Heinz level. I love the orange look to it. I love the way it looks, and I love the way it plays. The flying in this level feels really good. It can be technically quite challenging, but like this part here, like sliding on the blocks and then going into like this ball part is challenging. Bum 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 bum, but it goes to the music, and I love the song to the level. I just love the way that this level plays. I love going on these slopes as well and like hitting these jump orbs. It is a little learny in that sense, but my god, does it ever flow really well. And this middle part right here, like going through this wave, was really challenging to me when I was on 60 hertz. Replaying this, I'm way better at the game now, but it's a really fun wave. I love this UFO part. This UFO part is challenging, but it's very unique, and I haven't played anything like it since this level, Absolutely love it. And the robot part is really fun as well. And the UFO part right after that is really fun. This whole level is just really fun. It's nice to look at. It's really fun. And it's my favorite Heinz level. There are a lot of Heinz levels that I do like, but this one I just found had like the most unique gameplay out of them. And I really, really had a good time with it. Once again, I did struggle with this level, but now like coming back, I have rebeaten it, and oh my, it's such a pleasure to play, and it's so much fun. Absolutely love Dance Massacre. I cannot recommend it enough, especially to get better at the game. It'll certainly improve your abilities.
Shit, I did it! Whoa, man!
The next level might also come as a surprise to you guys. You guys know that I do like Kermal's levels, even though they can have some kind of unique gameplay to them, and they're not everybody's cup of tea. But I really enjoy playing them. Now, I wouldn't call most of Kermal's levels like my favorite levels. I do enjoy them, but I get really frustrated with them a lot. So definitely like most of them wouldn't fall in my top 10 or even top 20. But there is one level in particular that I had a lot of fun with, and that level is Lit Fuse. This level is lit. I love the song to this level. First of all, let's just get this out of the way. I love the song to this level because it's not like a traditional GD song. It's like a really slow burn song that starts off sounding really like chill and ethereal, and it really goes with the level to kind of, it has an atmosphere to it, and that's part of why I love this level too. I love I love the gameplay. I love the unique gameplay, like all these timings and stuff at the beginning, these jump ring timings, finding out which path to take. I love the flying part in the middle, like this really long kind of build up to the drop. I love all of that stuff, but I also love the atmosphere of this all boom, and it goes up there, and then like the effects start happening in the background. Like the slow burn of this level with the song is really cool. So that's like kind of, I guess, a mini drop with that synth sound, and the effects start in the background, but then there's like a bigger drop later where the level starts going fast. And like there's this whole atmosphere and pacing to the level that I really love. And I'm actually a huge fan of long sections like this where you're flying for a long time with like very little portals, just completely skill based. And like it works so well in this level. It works so well building up to the drop. And then right here, another layer to the song gets added, the boom, 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 boom. And there's the cool effects in the background. And once again, it's like this part that doesn't change. It's the same gameplay that goes to the drop. I love that. Like, it is so cool. It's very, it has that like artistic Kermal part, but it's also just epic. Like boom, and then it drops. And then all the effects start, and then it goes to the song, do 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 do. Like, it is so good. I love Lit Fuse. My god. Now I know this isn't everyone's cup of tea. This is a very like subjective placement on this list, which I mean, it's my favorite demons of all time. Of course, it's gonna be subjective, but wow, I love this level. It is so cool, so cool, and still to this day, I think it holds up. Like I'm looking at this right now, I'm like, damn, this was like 2.0. I'm like, holy shoot, like this looks still good. I would love to play this. Like even today, I'd say this level looks amazing. Wow, yeah! The next level on this list is going to come as a little bit of a surprise to you guys. This is a newish level. I mean, compared to some of the other levels we've seen, it's definitely like a newer level. And I think this flew under the radar of a lot of people. This is a fantastic level that I really love. I included in the last Demons of Christmas, but it definitely was the one that received the least attention. Like people just don't didn't play this enough. Like, even when you go on to Geometry Dash and look at how many people played this level, it is very underappreciated, but it is so much fun. The level is Zapped by Geostorm. I really enjoy this level. Now, in my video, I don't know if I told you guys just how much I enjoyed this level, probably because when I was doing this for the 12 Demons of Christmas, I was super exhausted because I was trying to do a lot of really hard demons all in a row, and this was like towards the end, and I was wiped when I was recording this, right? But this level has really fun, really intense gameplay, really good music sync. I love the electricity theme. It's not too obtrusive. I can't talk. It doesn't get in the way too much. It's just great. I love the lightning effect. And with all the good gameplay, with all the good music sync, all the good parts together, the really intense gameplay, there's also like 2 entirely separate paths, which makes this level feel like there's basically 2 completions in this level. There's a lot of replay value here. And the thing is, the coin paths themselves, like, they aren't made any less quality. The coin paths themselves are incredible quality, just as the main path is. And so, like, if you do both the paths, yeah, you get basically 2 amazing levels all in one. It is really good. It's really fun, really satisfying gameplay. The music sync, as you can see here, like, it is so fun. It's a beauty to look at. It's really fun. Every single person that is involved in this is a very skilled creator, and gosh damn, that song is pumping. So here we go. As you can see, I'm going on like the coin path, and like from this point on, the level only meets up like briefly onto the main path, and it's mostly just like optional paths for the whole way. It is so cool. Like, I would say the coin path is an insane demon. The main path is a hard demon. Like, it is pretty tough, but it's very fair, and the gameplay is really fun all the way throughout. God, I love that when you're crossing paths too. Like, you go all the way up through the normal path of the level. It's so good. This level is so much fun to play. It is hard to learn though. Like, it takes a while to learn. Like, as you can see, like some of those parts like that is not easy. But my God, like when you get it and it flows together and you understand the level, you got that muscle memory, it flows so well, and it is a beauty to play. If you haven't played Zapped, and obviously you're good enough to do it because it's very challenging, like that part right there is very hard. This is like all the way to the end of the level. It's like a optional path. It's just bananas, just absolutely bananas. If you haven't played Zapped, go and play it. It's absolutely amazing, and it's my 6th favorite demon of all time. Speaking of newer levels, this next one on the list, my 5th favorite demon of all time, is a fairly new level. It came out less than a year ago, and I don't think this really needs much explanation because a lot of you guys know about this level, but heck, I'm going to start it up right here.
I was in practice mode. That's what I get, you know? Like, I use this practice music hack.
I had a bit of a recording fail. I actually finished the level in practice mode.
In practice mode, and I thought I was in normal mode.
Oh my God.
Curse?
Yeah.
Curse?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Anyways, the next level on the list is Dream Flower by Zender Game and Knots. I have only beaten this level once, but the animations, as you just saw, are amazing. I love the atmosphere here too, like this kind of like night city vibe. Like, it's basically just like it's a wild dream, you know? So it keeps on changing, and it changes. The transitions are amazing between each scene, and it also changes kind of like art style as it goes, because that's the nature of dreams. It's like playing a dream, you know? Just a really cool, colorful, amazing dream. Like, look at those animations. And the gameplay is really fun too. But the star of the show is definitely the way this level looks. Like, this level made me feel things playing it. And a lot of Geometry Dash levels don't really, like, some Geometry Dash levels will be like, oh, that's cool. But this level, like, I just felt like kind of calm and peaceful, even though it's like really fast paced. It's still easy demon though, but it's really fast paced, but it's just so beautiful. Oh my God. It was such a treat to play this level. Like, honestly, like as I was playing this, I thought to myself, this is the reason why I play this game. You know, levels like this, like, keep me in it, even though I've been playing the game for so long. God, I still love this game. Pretty wild. I didn't think I was going to be playing this game as long as I am. I had so much fun with this level. An absolute beauty to look at. I don't think I need to really talk about it anymore because it's pretty self-explanatory why this level is on this list. Like, it's amazing. If you haven't played it, or if you haven't seen a completion of it, like, certainly go check it out. Do yourself a favor and check it out. The next level is also a newer level and might actually come as a surprise to some of you. I was thinking to myself as I was making a list for this, what is my favorite extreme demon out of all the extreme demons I've done? Like, which one was the most satisfying? Which one did I like overall thematically? And which one did I just love to look at and play at the same time, you know? Which one was it? The answer to that is a level that I included in the last 12 Demons of Christmas.
I can do this too.
Fanatophobia by Artamunka is probably my favorite extreme demon that I've played. Now, it was, like I said, I almost included Accu in this list because I really love Accu as well. But man, Fanatophobia, like this music sync with like the blood splatters and the horror theme. I mean, you guys know I love horror games. I have an entire like horror YouTube channel. I love the song and I love the way everything syncs up to this boom with the blood splatter. Like, it is so satisfying to hit the button exactly to the splash, splash to the music. Like, oh my God, it's so much fun to play this level. Like, when you get all of these timings at the beginning and like it's flowing so well to the music, it is so satisfying. I also love the way it looks with like the hands grabbing up at you and stuff too. Like, it's a great horror themed level. It is very, very cool. The music is very, very eerie but fast paced, so it feels super intense and has really good music sync. Everything comes together to make this like one of the best. I don't want to say like straight up horror levels. Like, there are like scary GD levels. This isn't like scary, but kind of horror themed ish, you know. This is easily my favorite one. It is, wow. I absolutely loved playing this. It was just an absolute pleasure to play. It was really, really fun. I kind of knew what I wanted to pick for the top 3. However, the order of the top 3, I wasn't very sure of. I had a hard time choosing an order. All of these top 3 levels I hold very close to my heart as being such fun experiences overall, whether it be like emotionally, gameplay wise, or just creative wise. It was very hard to pick. However, my top 3 are pretty definitive. Like, these are the levels that I love the most in the game up to this point anyways. One of the levels you probably know what it's going to be. The other 2, I don't think you guys really do. So let's go. The 3rd spot of my favorite demons of all time goes to Castlemania by Serpunge and a lot of other people. I don't think I really need to explain why I love this level so much. Like, it is an absolute masterpiece in Geometry Dash. All of the creators involved came together and basically made a Metroidvania game. I mean, Castlevania. The genre is called Metroidvania though, right? They made like a Metroidvania style Castlevania game in Geometry Dash, and every part looks amazing. Like, there is an entire castle to explore here, and one of my favorite things that I've ever done in Geometry Dash is just wander around the castle, go into practice mode, and just wander around and explore the various like highways and byways in the castle, because there are so many different ways you can go. There are ways that you can, I think there's like 5 main pathways. There's 3 boss fights anyways, that each boss fight will give you a coin, but there's also other endings that you can do, like the exterior, the ground floor, whatever it was called. And then even though there's, I think, 5 main pathways, there's also little extra pathways. Like, there's one in the basement in the underground area where you can go through, you get a key, I think, and you go through this extra section. You can become a mini, which is like a power up because the boss has a harder time hitting you. Like, there's so many little secrets in this level. I also found like a little secret passageway where you go through this like prison or something, but like there's no way to actually go. It's just a little Easter egg. There's so many little details about this level, and there's just so many routes to take, and each one is like really fleshed out and looks amazing. Like, as you can see right here, I'm fighting like this Reaper boss fight that looks amazing, even though there's also like this whole entire castle to explore all in one level. Exploring and finding all the secrets and doing my best to find them all by myself, like just going into practice mode and seeing, I wonder which part you can like go into. I wonder what this key does. There was a key over here. What part does that unlock? Do I need to get another key to go to this section? Like, exploring this level in practice mode is some of the most fun I've had with this game. Oh my God, it was such a pleasure to do. I started doing this on stream, like finding the pathways, but there were so many people that were kind of like backseat gaming and stuff, and I really wanted to try to figure out the answers myself. So I got a little frustrated when I started playing this level because of the backseating, but then what I did is I stopped the stream and I just went on my own, hit the record button, was trying to find all these pathways on my own. And my God, doing that was so much fun. Holy crap. Absolutely loved it. This is an amazing Geometry Dash experience. If you haven't experienced it for yourself, like, this level's pretty hard. Now, to get like just a normal completion, like doing the ground floor, it's not that hard. You can do it, but some of the boss pathways are very difficult. So, you know, what I recommend doing is ignore the completion. Don't get worried about the completion. Just go into practice mode and have fun with the level. Just explore and don't spoil yourself. Like, don't watch a video. Just go and enjoy the level. It is so fun to explore. Anyways, this level's absolutely top notch. Absolutely love it. And as a huge fan of Castlemania, I might be a little bit biased. I love my Metroidvania genre of games, but having an entire Metroidvania come to life in Geometry Dash was just such an absolute pleasure to play. And I was basically like blown away the entire day that I was playing this. Like, I was shocked at how good this was. Absolutely recommend if you haven't tried it out. Beauty of a level. Number 3 most favorite demon of all time. The next level is definitely going to come as a surprise to you guys. This level spawned an entire genre of levels. Now, this is the original version. This is the original level that spawned this genre. So a lot of you might be thinking, well, Eric, there's so many other levels that, you know, came after this level that are much better. And maybe like effect wise and gameplay wise, I mean, maybe, but this level is so good. And I'm going to explain just why I subjectively love this level. So the level is Lonely Travel by Funny Game. This level spawned the genre of travel levels, like very, very long levels in the game that are typically XL levels. And, you know, when us content creators name them, we call them XXXL levels, usually XXL, because putting 3 X's in your title is probably not a wise idea, algorithm. The reason why I love this level, and it being my second favorite level of all time and not other travel levels, is because I find that this level tells a story. It feels like with like this lonely song that's being played, there's this story of this traveler, lonely travel. There's a traveler who we're looking back on this traveler's life. Now, clearly a lot can be open to interpretation, which is why it's cool. But even though there's a lot open to interpretation, it still feels like its own little story. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, Eric's reading too much into this. It's, you know, it doesn't make sense. Clearly with art, we can interpret it in our own way, which is why this is my subjective list of my top 10 demons of all time. But I feel like this is the travels of a person that we're looking back on, either travels through the world or what I like to think are travels through time. So the reason why I think we're looking back on it is you can see this kind of film strip right here. Like we're watching like a movie of this person's, this Geometry Dash icon, whatever, this thing's life, right? Traveling through the world. Those are like mountains in the background, a night sky, this person forever traveling for whatever reason. Now, I like to think of it as a person traveling through time because you see various things, like at the end of the level, you see pyramids. Here it kind of looks like very clockwork, and I like to think that's like a representation of time. And so it's this, it looks beautiful, doesn't it, too? Even though it's like all black and white, like it has this mood to it that has been unmatched in my eyes. I mean, no, there are other levels like Dream Travel that have like great moods too, but like the whole mood of this level, this like somber mood of watching someone traveling through time, maybe meeting people, having to say their goodbyes to these people as this person's been traveling through time, because if you are, you can't like make real friends or companions. You're gonna have to say goodbye to all these different people and places that you meet, right? So anyways, yeah, I might be overthinking this, but it feels like with the whole black and white presentation of this level, we're looking back at this person's life. As you can see with the film roll, like we're watching a movie of this person's life traveling through time, the journeys. There are various parts like this when we're kind of like traveling through the clouds, you know, and I kind of think that that might be times that we're like traveling through time. But either way, the whole time thing comes into play because of like the clockwork stuff. You always see like the sun coming up and going down in the background, like we just saw traveling through night. You know, this could be, and like I said, this could be various travels just through the world, which if you're traveling by yourself, just going through the world can be a very lonely experience. There are lonely times. But anyways, I think it's like some kind of journey through time that has some kind of purpose. What it is, don't really know. I mean, you can't interpret that much, right? But either way, you start to see a little bit of color in the level right here. You see the color of the flowers. Now, I think what we see in this level is with the film reel and the black and white, we're seeing this person's life like from the present time, like looking back on it. And then once the color hits, we jump into present time. And now like we've seen the past leading up to the present time of this person's like lonely travel through time or lonely travel through the world. And then we get to experience like the present time of this icon cube person thing, right? As the song kind of changes to a more light tone. And yeah, that's just my interpretation of the level. And I think it's great. And here we go. Now we're present time. We're not looking back on the past anymore. We're looking and we're playing in present time. So that's my interpretation of the level. And then it just goes to the end, right? And I think it's really cool. I think this level's really artistic. I love the gameplay of the level. Some of the parts are really, really fun to do. And yeah, it's just good. I love the song. I love the level. I love the journey. It's amazing. And the reason why I picked this over other travel levels is this is one of the only travel levels that actually feels like there's a story behind it. You know, you're following the life or the journey of this this character thing. Icon cube, whatever it is. A lot of other travel levels are really cool, but I find it's just a lot of travel levels are just long and have like some cool effects, you know, and like they're great, but this one tells a story. And I think this, like, as a complete package, this is just a great level. Anyways, I love a lot of travel levels, but I find that this travel level in particular tells like a beautiful story of this lonely travel through time or the earth, right? However we want to interpret it. And I think it's just beautiful. I think it's a very touching and beautiful level that has been unmatched when it comes to like invoking actual emotion while playing the game. I think this is a fantastic level, and this like is really true to my heart. Like I still listen to the song sometimes. Like I love the song, I love the level, and whenever I listen to the song, I think about this level and how much I loved the experience of playing this level for the first time. Very, very beautiful experience. My favorite level of all time is a level that you guys are it's not gonna come as a surprise to some of you. To some of you, it actually might. It's an older level, and it was my hardest completion when I had completed this level. It made me way better at the game. I absolutely love this level. My favorite level of all time that I enjoyed learning the most and that I just look so fondly back on is Forest Temple by Michigan. I love the entire Temple series. I love The Legend of Zelda, but it's not just because I love The Legend of Zelda. That's what got me initially interested, and I was like, oh, The Legend of Zelda, I'm gonna love doing these temple levels. But I absolutely love this gameplay. I love the way it looks. Like by today's standards, it's kind of simple, but my God, like what Michigan did with simple things to make this look like a very foresty and kind of viney level, I think looks fantastic. I really, really like this level, and I love the gameplay. The gameplay is so much fun. Like it's challenging throughout the entire thing. Like the whole level retains this kind of samey level of challenge that is just really fun. I like it how each part of the level too doesn't have any portals. It's just like there's wave part, there's a long ship part, there's a robot part, then there's a ball part. You know, it has like these segments that just test pure raw skill for each game mode. I think it plays really well. It made me way better at the game. And it was such a pleasure to play this level and learn. And it's one of the most satisfied I've ever been completing a level. Like I loved completing this level. The song as well makes this level feel like it's kind of like a horror forest temple, which to be real, like Ocarina of Time, the forest temple was kind of spooky as well, right? And so it was like, this level brings to life the forest temple of the Ocarina of Time, which is what it's based on, so well. And you can just see the passion for making levels that Michigan had, because like it just came together in this amazing package. Gameplay is all on point. The way it looks is on point, and it retains like this kind of eerie and spooky feel throughout. It's a treat to play this level, and it was one of my favorite experiences, like over the course of the few days that it took me to beat this level, to learn the level and beat it. And wow, absolutely have fond memories of it. It's such a pleasure to play. Even today when I go to play this level, I absolutely love it. It is so much fun. Forest Temple, even after all the years that I've played this game, is still my favorite level of all time. What a pleasure to play. Michigan was so cool. Like, if you look down here, you can see the top comment. Congratulations, Eric. You become a really good dasher. Thanks a lot for playing. Michigan, always super kind and super supportive. We miss you. And this level I will always cherish. It's my favorite level of all time, which, to be fair, actually, a lot of you guys might not have known that. Like, I know a lot of you know that I love this level, but a lot of you don't know that this is actually my favorite level of all time. It's so good. And I'll forever play this level from time to time, which I do. I love this level. Anyways, this was completely unscripted, so some of it might have been a little rambly, but those are my top 10 favorite demon levels of all time. I looked through every single demon level I'd ever completed in Geometry Dash. I actually went through and took my time to just look at the list of all the levels I had beaten and pick the ones out that I just remembered and cherished the most, and then like whittled the list down. So yeah, this is probably the best top 10 list you're gonna get. Clearly, it's a very subjective list, and, you know, over time, they might get reworked around a little bit. New levels might be added, but at this point in time, while recording, I think it's a pretty good list that represents my time with the game. Like I said, these are all levels that I have beaten. You know, there are tons of amazing levels in the game that I haven't beaten. This is my top 10 of levels that I have completed. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Leave a thumbs up down below. And as always, peace.